What if I told you that someone can vanish from a massive cruise ship while surrounded by thousands of people? And even after decades of searching, sightings, photographs, and desperate family investigations, the world still has no idea where she went. What if I told you that this mystery includes possible human trafficking, ignored warnings, shocking eyewitnesses, and a chilling photo that might show Amy trapped in a life she never chose? This is the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley, and although it happened in 1998, the story still haunts everyone who hears it. Amy Bradley was a bright, athletic, confident 23-year-old woman from Virginia. She was close to her family, and they decided to take a vacation together on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship called the Rhapsody of the Seas. It was supposed to be a simple family trip before Amy started a new chapter of her life. Her parents later said she was excited but also cautious. She was a strong swimmer, very aware of her surroundings, and not the type to suddenly disappear. The vacation began smoothly, and the Bradleys enjoyed the ship like everyone else. But on the night of March 23rd, something strange happened. Amy had been hanging out at the ship's nightclub where a band called Blue Orchid was performing. One of the band members was seen dancing closely with her, and he would later become a strange part of the story. Later, around 4:30 in the morning, Amy's father Ron woke up and noticed Amy sitting on the balcony of their cabin. She looked calm and relaxed, and Ron went back to sleep. But when he woke up again around 6, she was gone. Her shoes, her cigarettes, and her belongings were still there. But Amy was missing. The ship was preparing to dock in Curacao that morning, and most passengers were waking up. Amy's family panicked and begged the crew to make an announcement or lock down the ship. But the crew refused. They said they did not want to disturb guests or cause unnecessary panic. This decision would become one of the biggest mistakes in the entire case, because hundreds of passengers were allowed to walk off the ship before a proper search began. And if someone had taken Amy, then they had all the time in the world to leave the ship unnoticed. The ship's basic search found nothing. No one knew whether Amy had fallen, left on her own, or been taken. But Amy was a trained lifeguard and a strong swimmer. Her parents insisted she would never go near the railings recklessly. And without her shoes or cigarettes, she had no reason to leave. The Coast Guard was contacted, and helicopters circled the area looking for any sign of Amy. But nothing was found in the waters. Authorities also questioned the staff and crew, but there were strange delays and very inconsistent stories. The band member who danced with Amy also gave confusing statements. Additionally, the family reported that several male crew members had made inappropriate comments to Amy earlier in the trip. Her mother said that some of them stared at Amy like they already knew something. And although the investigation eventually involved the FBI, the early mistakes badly damaged the chances of finding her quickly. With time, the story becomes even more disturbing. A few months after the disappearance, 2 Canadian tourists claimed they saw a woman in Curacao who looked exactly like Amy. The woman was with 2 men, and she seemed unable to speak freely. And when the tourists tried to approach, the men quickly pulled her away. Years later, a member of the Navy reported seeing a woman in a brothel in Curacao who said she was Amy Bradley and begged him to help her. He said she looked terrified, and she was rushed away before he could even react. But the most chilling moment came in 2005. A photograph surfaced on a sex trafficking website showing a woman known only as Jazz. She was lying on a bed, wearing lingerie, and staring directly into the camera. When experts compared the photo with Amy's, the resemblance was undeniable. The shape of the jaw, the eyes, the eyebrows, the facial structure. Everything matched. And even Amy's parents later said, it looked exactly like her. Although many sightings were reported, the case kept hitting barriers. Authorities were limited, evidence was lost, and the cruise line kept quiet about many details. As a result, theories began to grow. One theory suggests that Amy was targeted by traffickers on board the ship and taken the moment the ship docked. Another theory suggests she was drugged or forced off the ship without resistance. Some also believe that crew members may have been involved. And although nothing is proven, the number of later sightings and the disturbing photo point strongly toward human trafficking. Amy's family always believed she was taken. They never believed she fell or left on her own. because nothing about her actions that night suggested she planned to go anywhere. Amy's parents never stopped searching for her. They traveled to islands, hired private investigators, and followed every tip. They even appeared on national television begging for answers. Their pain was deep and constant, and they always said that they felt Amy could still be alive somewhere. Today, the case remains open. There are no official answers, no confirmed evidence, and no closure. But the sightings keep the hope alive that Amy was not lost at sea. She might be out there, waiting for someone to finally bring her home. The disappearance of Amy Bradley is one of the most haunting mysteries in modern history. It raises painful questions about safety, responsibility, and how someone can vanish while surrounded by people. Her story reminds us that not every missing person case fades away. Some stay alive through memories, sightings, and the determination of those who refuse to give up. If you have any information about the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley, contact the appropriate authorities. And always remember, someone out there knows exactly what happened that morning.